and from Fox View Lanes in Waukesha, Wisconsin. This is the PBA Fox View Lanes Midwest Open. Good afternoon, everybody, from Fox View Lanes. I'm $2 Phil Bridlo taking you through the stepladder. Boy, you talk about a PBA Tour star-loaded stepladder. My goodness, opening match is going to be Josh Blanchard and Kevin McCune. Winner will take on Marshall Kent, and waiting in the wings, trying to get a little revenge from last week in his home center. Tackett took second at Easy Bowl against Kyle Troop. Tackett looking to take home not just the title here this weekend, but the $5,000 first place check. And we have a few more minutes of practice here for Josh Blanchard and Kevin McCune. Blanchard and McCune. I don't know if they'll take all the remaining practice. They're supposed to get 10 minutes, but it sounded like they were going to shorten things up a bit. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on the PBA YouTube channel. There is your stepladder. Josh Blanchard, Kevin McCune, your opening match. Marshall Kent waiting in the wings for the winner of this match, and Tackett is your final opponent. You've definitely earned the title here today. With the star-studded field we have. We'll go over some of the other high finishers for the weekend. As we progress through the stepladder, and once again, this is not an official PBA regional title for this event. This event is basically what's called a research regional. These are QubicaAMF string pin setters. So only the fourth time they've been used in unofficial PBA regional competition. There was a PBA 50 regional at Lehigh Lanes in Florida back in May, and then the last 3 weekends we've had consecutive string pin regionals, starting in Utah last weekend at Easy Bowl in Bluffton, Indiana, and now today at Fox View Lanes in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Well, the machine's like any machine. When you got a bunch of strings, there's going to be an occasional tangle. Most of the time, these Cubic Edge pin setters take care of the tangles themselves. They can actually tell you on an app on your phone if there's a problem with the machine. It's pretty neat. Lots of players this weekend taking a tour back behind the machine to check out the pin setters. And during the stepladder finals, through the wonders of technology, we'll be bringing you a close-up on the string pin action. And there you go. Boom, look at that. 10 beautiful pins on each lane. And it sounds like we are going to be ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to start our stepladder finals here at Fox View Lanes. We have two amazing athletes starting us off. We have their third and fourth seeds. In our fourth seed, we have Mr. Josh Blanchard, and our third is Kevin McCune. Kevin, being the high seed, got the choice of either starting the match or starting second. He's chosen to let Mr. Josh Blanchard begin the match. Gentlemen, lanes are yours.
Thank you, Toby Contreras. As Josh Blanchard will start things off on the left lane. You see Josh coming into your picture. Scrambles it up. And the 7 doesn't go for Blanchard. He'll switch that grip on the bowling ball. Always good to have those interchangeable thumbs so you get the same comfortable feel from shot to shot. And right down the edge of the lane. And you'll see McCune come up here. Boom goes the dynamite. McCune second frame, scrambles it up nicely, and an early double. Blanchard tries the match, the second frame strike, and does so. As the crowd goes wild here at Foxx View. Gotta admit, we're battling a Packer game right now. Trying to get attention of a few people in the lounge area. We'll give you a close-up on the pin action on this shot. And there you see everything caving down, contact upon contact. And put that double on the board. McCune looking for front three. Is he going to get a little roll? No, he does not. McCune missed the cut last week in Bluffton. Josh Blanchard did not bowl that event. McCune decides to take a little bit of the scenic route at the spare, covers it up nicely. There you see your scoreboard. And that one comes way high. And the three, 6, 9, 10. Oh, you see the ball just barely make contact with the 9-pin spare made. Smirk from both players. It's quite interesting right now how the crowd actually, with the lack of pin setter machine noise going on, even with 4 lanes going around there. Once the pins are set, these lanes pretty much go dormant. And the crowd noise kind of a bit of a lull. Yeah, and Blanchard 6 falls a little short of the 10. And it should be an easy conversion for the man from Mesa, Arizona. So there's your scoreboard. Blanchard early lead of 24 pins thanks to that early 3-bagger. Beverage frame for McCune. And the super washout rears its ugly head for Kevin. We'll see what approach McCune takes. Most of the time it's fit the ball between the 1 and the 6. Down in a hurry. Wow. And how about that? The chop of the head pin off the 2-4. That is very unusual for a right-handed player. And McCune, I wouldn't say he's in mandatory strike mode, but needs to make something happen in a hurry, and that's not happening well. As the 3-6-10 again rears its head. And the quality cover by McCune. Blanchard working on a spare here in the 6th. Oh, you see that 6-pin wrap around. Look at the string. Nice and loose. No chance of taking the 10 down. So Blanchard, even with that wrap pin, still well in the lead in this match. Oh no, as we say, well in the lead. Let's throw an open frame on the board. Still up by 21. McCune only working on a strike currently. A little toe tap to get the momentum going. And nothing but pure sexy striking by Josh Blanchard on that shot. And McCune knows the frames are already starting to run out as he steps up in his half of the 7th. Oh, the 2-pin goes all the way back and around behind that 4. Straight at it. There's your cover. And McCune frames are running out. Might be looking like he's going to be taking him $1,200 for a 4th place finish. $1,700 for 3rd. $2,800 for 2nd. And your champion today taking home $5,000 as McCune gets them all to fall. Still has a maximum score out there of 215. Problem is his opponent, Blanchard, pacing 207. Hooking in, comes high. Nothing near the 4 for Blanchard. No problem that time on the single pin for Josh. As we are entering the final 2 frames of this game, 22 pins the advantage. Blanchard can just work to stay clean. There you see the next opponent wait in the wings with Marshall Kent. Hooks in, scramble it up. And well done for Josh Blanchard. And now it's mandatory strike mode for McCune. Devastation. As pin takes out pin takes out pin. And still the maximum score, 215 for McCune. It would still force some work for Josh Blanchard. Wow. How about that? Then watch the head pin. That's a blower 410 if I've ever seen one. Sure, a few out there going to be Zapruder filming that close up. And it's match over. And no bounce for McCune. And there's your scoreboard. Blanchard just needs to keep it on the lane and he'll advance. There it is. And that's enough. Your next match coming up. Here from Foxview Lanes. It's going to be Josh Blanchard versus our number 2 seed Marshall Kent. Kent's going to get some practice. As he takes to the lanes. So Blanchard's going to put up most likely 213. Well, make it 211. Gather some information. So we're waiting on Marshall Kent. We have
Our first match has been completed. Congratulations, Kevin McCune. Great bowling all weekend. Kevin will finish 4th in the tournament, taking home $1,200. Josh Blanchard, because of his win, will advance to meet our number 2 seed, Mr. Marshall Kent. Marshall's moving over to the stepladder pair. He's going to get 4 shots of warm-up on that pair. Josh, you may stay loose on lanes 1 and 2 if you so desire.
So here we go. Marshall Kent going to get his practice shots in. Once again, I want to thank our season-long sponsors that help bring PBA Regional live streaming to you with H5G brands. Save 35% site-wide and no code needed with limited exceptions through October 15th. H5gbrands.com and the PBA LBC National Championships 2025 tournament information available to you at pba.com/LBC tournament. If you're already a PBA LBC member or bowled in last year's edition of the tournament, your entries are already open. Entries open for the general bowling public on December 1st. Get that information. Once again, pba.com/LBC tournament. We want to thank the local sponsors that help boost this prize fund and bring these bowlers in for the weekend. Master Machine Company, Certix Decorating, and the Waukesha USBC. And we also want to thank our hosts with Foxx View Lanes. Live music every Friday night. Great fish fry here at Foxx View Lanes. If you're in the area, be sure to stop in, check it out. Kent still with a few more shadow balls. And those are one of the shots we've seen a lot of over the weekend. You get the Stone 9 with kind of a messenger coming back. It's kind of a unique look. We get a reset, and I think we are complete with shadow balls.
All right, our second match is getting ready to begin. Marshall Kent, by his number 2 seed, has the option of starting the match or going second, and he's chosen to start this match. He'll throw one shot on lane 7, and then Josh Blanchard will start his game on lane 8 with 2 shots. Bowlers, lanes are yours.
And here we are underway with our second stepladder match. Marshall Kent battling Josh Blanchard. There you see the style of Marshall Kent from the side and the style of 10 pins going back in the pit. Blanchard 211 to 181 over Kevin McCune in the opening match. Opening frame in game 2 for Blanchard. Oh, and the wrap.
Wow.
Vicious wrap 10 again for Blanchard. Had one in the opening match against McCune and missed it, so I think we're going to have a little more focus on Blanchard for this spare attempt. Yeah, a little iffy on the footwork, but still quality cover. For Josh Blanchard. Blanchard made a nice run early in the round of advancers this morning to get himself into contention for the stepladder, and really had to grind out the final game of the round to 8. Needed the strike in the 9th and 10th after seeing scores that were put up. And that is just a devastating hit at the moment. Take a look as the 3, 4, 7, and 10 are reset for Blanchard. Down the lane. Hooks into it. Oh, and you see that pin just go behind the 4 pin. And an open frame now on the board for Josh Blanchard. Once again, thanks to everybody joining us live this afternoon. Thanks to everybody who's tuning in after the replay hits YouTube. This is a 10 on the deck production in conjunction with the PBA. And there you see the wrap 10 and a little bit of a wiggle by the 10 pin. As that doesn't fall for Marshall. Cross lane. And bye-bye it goes. Boy, that white ball looks really bright. And those fresh new pits here at Foxx Lanes. Pin setters installed just before Mother's Day this year here at Foxview. And they've got a lot of use since then. Full house with leagues, all 16 lanes going last night for a couples league that was in here. Kent steps it out, doesn't like it, and you see why. Nothing but pain on that shot at the end of the pin deck. With the 1-2-4. There you see the curtain raises and the pins stare back at Marshall Kent. Still an early lead here for Kent. Going to get across all 3 pins with the ball, does so successfully. And Blanchard now in comeback mode. Here you see him set up 44-foot to Salvino pattern. Freshly applied right before the stepladder for these players. Oh, beautifully done. 10 back, step it out, and Josh Blanchard puts a strike on the board in his 3rd frame. Yeah, nice that everyone at the PBA, Tom Clark and company, letting 10 on the Deck Productions stream this event all weekend long for free on the PBA Bowling YouTube channel. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? All kinds of great features added to the PBA YouTube channel all the time, even when there aren't live or taped events replayed here on YouTube. Oh, just pure. And Blanchard puts a double on the board, gets himself right back into this game. Kent pretty much the leader all day long till the last game of the round of advancers. At which point in time said, E.J. Tackett said, hold my beverage. 6 slaps to 10 properly. And E.J. was our leader from that last advances round game all the way through the round of 8. Everybody, do us a favor. Let everybody know on your social medias that you're watching live PBA Regional Tour action for free on YouTube. And that's thanks to our sponsors once again with the PBA LBC National Championships and H5G brands, helping us bring regional live streaming to you all year long with 10 on the deck. Great toss by Kent. Once again, thanks H5G. And thanks again, PBA LBC National Championships. Blanchard now stepping up in his half of the beverage frame. Ooh, comes up high. You see a lot of strings around those pins. You see them wiggling, jiggling, but that 6-9 will be reset properly for Blanchard. And Blanchard finds himself down by a few. 24 to be exact. And the 2 wiggles the 4, but doesn't take it down. And Blanchard you need to find something quickly because Marshall Kent, 3 strikes in his first 5 frames. You don't anticipate a player like Marshall Kent slowing things down as the match progresses. Covered by Blanchard. And Marshall taking that chamois, making sure all that oil is removed from the bowling ball. Lots of oil in this 44-foot Carmen Salvino pattern. Almost 32 milliliters. That ball will definitely not hook at the bowler's toes this early in the stepladder. Oh, look at it. Strings everywhere, and not one to knock a pin down. As the 4-9 stands in defiance of one Marshall Kent. Marshall made the cut last week in Bluffton at Easy Bowl. And did not advance out of the advances round to get to the stepladder final. And as we mentioned, every once in a while, you get a quick tangle, but these machines are so automated that it really takes human intervention. And actually, the mechanic would have gotten a notification, technician, as to what's wrong and to go back there and manually fix the tangle. So we should have that 4-9 reset for Marshall Kent on the shot. And we're dropped, and we're there. So no reason for Kent to not just get the 1 on this spare, but nope, why not slide it? If it's there, why not slide it? And the big spare there for Marshall Kent. There's the wave from Commissioner Tom Clark checking out the stars here this afternoon. And they are PBA Tour stars, all 4 of these players. No surprise that the cream rises to the top. Oh, and that messenger comes up a little bit short for Marshall. And that's the nemesis right now for Kent. Is that stinking 10-pin. Cross lane, knock it down, pick it up, move it on, and keep the pressure on your opponent. Blanchard, there you see, wasting no time. Stepping up here in his half of the 7th frame. Comes in light, and that 2-pin causes a problem for Blanchard. Frames running out in the deficit. So Blanchard's maximum score right now, 221. Kent, if he keeps that double and two spare pace, he'd be in the 220s. Look at that post at the line. Oh! And heartbreak. Josh, you got to come back. Unfortunately, you got to shoot at that spare, and he knows that was an inopportune time to smash that 7. Yeah. Looking back, and that takes the maximum score down to 210 for Blanchard. Gets his cover, but by the time he steps up again in the foundation frame, it could be match over. As Kent pacing 204, and as we mentioned, if he were to go double spare off the sheet, he'd be in the 2 teens. There's that light 410. Yeah, it's a bit of a quirk. Second one of those we've seen in the stepladder. All you can do is gather your thoughts, take your best shot at it. Well, a little tease back out, but unfortunately for Kent, it's going to be an open frame. 211 now the max. As we said, 210. What's on top for Blanchard if he were to go all the way out? Foundation frame for Kent. Oh, watch that 2 trip. That 4. I don't know if it's necessarily a little payback for the 410 that was just had by Marshall Kent in the 8th frame. Oh, Messenger. You see how far in front that Messenger was for Blanchard? See a lot of that if the ball is not getting the right entry angle. We've seen Messengers carry quite a few times this weekend. We definitely saw it more this weekend than we did at Easy Bowl. But also, the center's had a bit more play. And sometimes it takes time to break pins in. So there's your scoreboard going into the 10th frame.
Gotcha.
Let's see what Blanchard can do here. As you can see on the scoreboard, just the 2-pin difference. Problem is, there's a strike being worked on by Kent in the foundation frame. Quality toss by Blanchard. There you see the faux celebration at the moment. So 199, the maximum for Blanchard. And if he gets one here, he's going to force Kent to get the first one in the 10th. for a double in the 10th. Pure. Just pure. By Blanchard. Now that's going to force Kent to get the first one in the 10th. And good count. You can't just get the one and then chuck it down the middle. There's going to be some good count needed by Kent. For sure. Well, that count didn't help Blanchard. As Josh finishes at 196. But no matter what, Marshall Kent needs the first one here in the 10th frame. Anything less, and Josh Blanchard goes on to battle E.J. Tackett. And I guarantee you one thing, Tackett is not looking to finish second for consecutive weeks. Apologize for being a little whispery with the commentary, but we are right behind these bowlers at 7 and 8. And no noise from these pin setters. How about that for Kent? Steps up, clutch. And just needs half a rack. To assure getting through to the championship match. There you go. You see it on the scoreboard. No longer in doubt. Marshall Kent going to be battling E.J. Tackett for the championship.
All right, bowlers, there's a second match down in the books. Exciting finish there. Great bowling by everyone. Josh Blanchard, great bowling all weekend. He'll finish in the 3rd spot, and he'll take home $1,700. By way of Marshall Kent's win, he'll bowl against our tournament leader, Mr. E.J. Tackett, for the championship. E.J. is going to get 6 warm-up shots on lanes 7 and 8. Surface.
And while E.J. is getting those shots in, I want to thank the sponsors that helped put this great prize fund together locally, including the Waukesha USBC, Certix Decorating, and Master Machine Company. Let's give them another little bit of love here. There's your Master Machine Company. There's your Certix Decorating, and there's your Waukesha USBC. And we want to thank our season-long sponsors with the PBA LBC National Championships. You can have your chance to get in now if you're already a PBA LBC member or bowl last year's edition of the National Championships. Same location as last year, Bolero Mound Prospect in the greater Chicagoland area. Entries open up to the general bowling public December 1, so get out your tournament information on the 2025 PBA LBC National Championships at pba.com/LBC tournament. And our other season-long sponsor for 10 on the Deck Productions of regional live streaming is H5G Brands, official merchandiser of the PBA. There's some great PBA souvenirs available on the H5G Brands site. You see E.J. Tackett in that great H5G jersey. If you want a Tackett jersey and kind of make it your own, you can do that. Get yourself some PBA souvenirs and some merchandise, and hey, save 35% site-wide. All the way through October 15th with h5gbrands.com. There you see Tackett Kent going to be coming up as your Stepladder championship match. Thanks everybody for joining us. here on PBA YouTube. I'm $2 Phil Brylo taking you through this match. Took you through the weekend. It's a 10 on the deck production of PBA regional action. Once again, this is our 10th regional of the season. We want to thank the cooperation involved between 10 on the deck productions and the PBA, and along with the PBA and Bowl TV for getting the rights to this event for 10 on the deck productions. Tackett has 8 shadow balls in total. And as we mentioned last week, tough championship match between EJ Tackett and Kyle Troop. They battled it out early through the first 6 frames, but EJ with uncharacteristic mistakes for 3 consecutive frames in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and that let Kyle Troop grab the lead and never let it go. And Troop took home the title in the Tackett Family Home Center last week at Easy Bowl in Bluffton, Indiana, for the PBA Family Forward of Bluffton Yergis Barbecue Easy Bowl Central Open. And even though it's not his home center, I know that every title means a lot to him. Let's talk about some of the other finishes we had in the top 8. Chad Moss finished in 5th. Landon Jordan 6th, the great young PBA junior ambassador. Ryan Zagar 7th. Brent Boho was 8th here at Foxview Lanes this weekend. EJ will make an adjustment. It was fun talking to him after he completed the stepladder last week. As you see, the hug and handshake by good buddies, doubles partners. And you know that EJ is going to have Marshall Kent taking the lanes first. Let's get the official announcement from Toby Contreras.
All right, we bowled all weekend. A lot of qualifying games come down to this match, the championship match. EJ Tackett, Marshall Kent. EJ being the tournament leader, got to choose who will start the match, and it's going to be Marshall Kent. He'll begin the match on lane 7. Gentlemen, lanes are yours.
And there we go. Scoreboards are in
Thank
place.
you, Stefan.
Toby's microphone is now off. And we are underway here for our championship match. $5,000 on top. It's not an official PBA title because this is a research regional on these QubicaAMF string pins. But I guarantee you, that check spends the same. High on the first shot, 4 goes down. And the 9 defies Marshall Kent. Kent took down Josh Blanchard, needed that first strike in the 10th to do so in that second match after Josh Blanchard defeated Kevin McCune 211 to 181. No problem on the conversion by Kent. And there you see E.J. Tackett. If there was a Player of the Year ballot right now for the PBA, that would be my vote. A couple other players had as many titles as EJ, but his dominating performance at the World Series of Bowling, especially with taking down the PBA World Championship, and oh, that pin comes back in front of the 9. And I guarantee you the one thing that EJ is thinking to himself right now is, hey, throw it better on the next one. No problem on the cover for Tackett. And we're even with spares in the first frame. Tackett making sure that Chamois is taking all the oil off that ball. Still a lot of volume on that lane. Even with 32 milliliters of oil on the initial application of the Salvino pattern. Oh, pured it that time. No way that 9-pin was going to stand against the might of one bowling ball thrown by E.J. Tackett. Ken will be looking to match here in the second frame. Once again, appreciate everybody joining us. I'm $2 Phil Brillo. I'm your producer, director, commentator, camera operator, you name it. It's under my belt here at 10 on the Deck Productions, and glad that the PBA is letting us stream this event for you on the PBA YouTube channel. You know, we have 4 great PBA Tour champions. They should be seen on the biggest outlet online that the PBA has. Of course, obviously, biggest outlet for the PBA is Fox Sports and FS1. And I can't wait for that 2025 schedule to come out. I'm sure one would think they usually get it announced sometime in November. So I'm hoping, as a fan, that 2025 schedule comes out. A couple titles that Marshall will be defending, a couple titles that E.J. Tackett will be defending, and that one crawls high. And the 3-6 for Kent. Go cross lane. Covers them both with the ball, no problem. But Tackett here can take an early 10-pin advantage. Third frame for Tackett, working on a strike. Watch it peel. Watch it go through the pins. Nothing but net for Tackett. And a double here. For the man from Bluffton, looking for a little revenge from last week. It's not the same opponent on the lane, but definitely the same opponent at the end of the lane. With these QubicaAMF Edge pin setters. Tackett going to take a little extra time here, make sure that ball is nice and clean. You want that response from the cover stock to be the same. Ball in and ball out. Oh, beautifully done for a 3-bagger by EJ. Throw the gobbler on the board. Put the pressure right squarely on the shoulders of your opponent, Marshall Kent. It's got to be a little tough bowling a good friend, bowling someone that stood up in your wedding, as the case for Marshall Kent with E.J. Tackett. Fourth frame for Kent. No remnants left. No strings, no pins, no evidence. Nothing but 10 back for Marshall. Still finds himself down a minimum of 20 pins here. In our championship match, entering the beverage frame. You see that nice profile. That's such a relaxed shoulder for Kent. To the foul line. Through the shot. 6 slaps to 10. And Kent's first double on the board. But Tackett looking to put a double-double on the board here in his half for the beverage frame. Oh, we gonna see a little Rob Stone pork product here? Yes, we are. And EJ might not be happy how that ball went through the pins, but the result is 4 in a row. And I think there may be a little extra focus. I mean, when you get back into an event, championship match, second week in a row, you definitely learn from your mistakes that you made. And one thing EJ did last week, he said he threw one bad shot in the 7th frame, and he kind of amplified it in the 8th and 9th. He's not going to make the same mistake in a championship match 2 weeks in a row, one would believe. I mean, there's still physical and lane play issues that could pop up. Not right now, though. Give him a fabulous 5th in a row. And Marshall Kent now may be looking at mandatory strike mode a little earlier than he anticipated in this match. Sure, his maximum is 270. He's only down 20, but when you watch a guy post 5 in a row against you, it might make you think a little bit. Oh, once again, nothing near the 4, nothing near the 9. And this could be not the real end of the match, but the virtual end of the match right here without the miracle cover from Kent. Looking to take it down and hard out the back. Doesn't happen, and that is a gaping wound on the score sheet. The man originally from Yakima, Washington. I know the significant other Cassie here watching as well. It's been a long weekend for Kent at this point. 15 games before even getting into the stepladder. Then you get a first stepladder match against a quality player in Josh Blanchard. No easy task. Had to get strikes in the 9th and 10th to take it down. Bounce back. And Marsh goes, yeah, okay. What was the difference between that one and the one before? Well, he knows there was a little bit of a difference, but he knows right now this match can get quickly out of reach if Tackett puts another one on the string here. 7th frame for 6 in a row. Oh, 6 takes the 10 down. And EJ taking charge and not leaving himself a chance to give it away like last week. It's all business at the moment. You're going to see him take that bowling ball over the table once again. Use that as a little extra resistance to get all that oil residue off the ball. And this one to really turn the thumb screws a little further on Kent. Is it going to hold? Yes, it does. And how about this? EJ Tackett possibly putting 290 on the board. Maximum score 236. I mean, EJ hasn't fully locked it up yet. He had back-to-back-to-back opens last week. Needs to avoid the back-to-back opens here. Kent with the answer. But it may be too little, too late. Hey, there's a special going on right now with BowlerX.com, both these players members, and BowlerX has helped us out here at 10 of the Deck Productions in the past, striking out breast cancer in October. Any purchase you make, you have a chance to make an optional donation. With that donation, you're entered in a raffle, and you can win a bowling ball, bowling bag, or bowling shoes of your choice up to $250 in value. Check out all the details, bowlerx.com. Foundation frame for Kent. Needs it, gets it, but that glimmer of hope is going to go away pretty quickly. VJ Tackett strikes here in the 9th frame. Oh, look at the 6 do the job on the 10, and this one not officially over. EJ still has to throw his 10th frame here. EJ not changing the routine at all. Love to see that. Young players that are watching right now, keep that routine the same before every shot. Can we put up the victor's banner? Oh, yes, we can. Somebody just hollered, don't lose focus here. There may have been a small amount of wagering behind with some of the fans here, apparently, as EJ playing to the crowd a bit. EJ having a little fun with this right now. And you can't blame him. After last week, taking home 2nd place, comes up here to Waukesha, Wisconsin, and takes down the championship here. And he's going to put 290 possibly on the board doing it. Already in the 280s, keeping it on the lane. It's nice seeing the human side of these players once the match is decided. You know, EJ can be a little humored now. Oh, and he carries the hot shot for the 290. There you see the hugs between Marshall and EJ. And now somebody says, Marshall, stay focused here. What was the spread? Was there a spread on this too or something? I don't think the spread. Yeah, I think the spread would be blown wide away with this score. Still, great weekend for Marshall Kent. Just ran into some problems. And that 4-9 in the 6th frame was really the momentum changer. I'll tell you what, there's fans here, and they love this sport. There's some great fans in Milwaukee of bowling in general. They've come out for some of our TV tapings that we've had with 10 on the Deck Productions. We're coming back with Bowling in Milwaukee starting October 26th. Glad to be bringing back the Brew City Bowling Show. First time we've had bowling on television in Milwaukee in about 5 years. They always fall when it doesn't matter. I had my extra frame jersey on earlier, and we always joked that the carry percentage on the fill ball was 92.2%. Oh, is he going to do an imitation? Oh no, he's going to chuck it. Oh, it doesn't happen. Wow, someone not happy with that 9 count in the crowd. Let's go to Toby.
Evan, how about that? That's some of the best bowlers in the world right here, and you got put quite a show. Great bowling, Marshall Kent, all weekend. He'll finish in the 2nd position, taking home $2,800. And how about a round of applause for our champion, Mr. E.J. Tackett. Quite a force of nature he is. Mustering up a 290 for us, and he'll be taking home $5,000. Congratulations, E.J. Thank you for all your support. Everybody here, thank you online and the customers here, fans. We got a big trophy presentation. Oh, just a oh, gosh. We'll have that trophy presentation momentarily. We're going to get some nice pictures. We've got our commissioner here that's going to help us out, Mr. Tom Clark. He's going to be down there. So please head on down and we'll get that picture taken care of.
Thanks, Toby. We'll get EJ up here in the booth, so don't leave yet. Once they get the picture made with EJ, we'll get EJ up here by the booth, and we'll have a nice chat with EJ. So just give us a couple of seconds here, and we'll talk to our champ. And another special thanks to our hosts this weekend with the Haanen family. There you see Stefan and Cassie Haanen. They put on a great event for everyone here at Foxx Lanes. And if you're ever in the neighborhood, oh, the food here is spectacular. Friday night bands. It's a great thing to have a bowling center like this near your home. It's near my home. I don't bowl much anymore, but I do patronize this establishment. And glad to be a part of this Research Regional this weekend. Thanks to everyone that showed up to watch online, in person. And, hey, congrats to our champion, EJ Tackett. We'll get a chance to talk to him momentarily. All right, and now joining me in the booth, or just outside of the booth, is our champion, EJ Tackett. And EJ, was last week in the back of your mind at all warming up for this match? I mean, you came close last week in your home center. Kyle Troop snuck you out after a couple of bad shots late in that match. Was it sitting there during practice?
No, I mean, it's one of those things you really have to forget, move on, learn from it, but, that doesn't matter. You can't change anything that happened before. All you do is learn from your mistakes, and I was able to go out and focus a little bit better today, make some better shots, and the score showed it there at the end.
Yeah, how about that? You weren't expecting to put up 290 in a championship match, were you? Is that the highest score you've ever had in a championship match? Anywhere? Have you done 300 in a championship match?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Okay. It's got to feel pretty good,
though. Last year I bowled a regional. I think I had the front 10 against Butter somewhere, but I ended up, missing in the 10th. So I don't know if I've ever bowled 300 to win a match. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, memory serves me that might be the highest game I've ever bowled.
Yeah.
I did do it in high school once. Same thing.
Okay.
To win high school state championships one time. So.
Right. So what was the ball you used during the championship match? I mean, you were making sure that cover stack was clean. I saw you putting it on the table and really getting into it with the chamois. So what was the ball that was out there?
Yeah, it was a shock, but not the one you would think. It's a primal shock this time, not a venom shock. I ended up throwing that, I think last night towards the end. So when we came in today, I had a couple more in the truck that I brought in. And I had a different one that I started off with today that I used for a little while, and then I went into the one that I used here in the title match. But it served me good last night and served me good today. So I put up some big scores with that particular ball. My 260 I had last night was with that ball, and then I had another 260 at the end of the 4 games or the 3 games with Marshall. and then the 290 here. So I put up some good scores with that ball.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And there was some woman in the chat with Natalie Goodman.
Oh,
she
yeah.
apparently hasn't changed her YouTube chat name
Yeah,
yet.
well,
So
apparently we're not married anymore.
I think once you come over with a $5,000 check, I think that might change a little bit. So
yeah, actually, yesterday was our 8 years of being together.
Okay.
So 8 years ago we started dating, and Trip turned 10 months today.
nice.
So it's cool to get a little milestone, get a win on one of his little milestones.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Anybody you want to thank while you still have the microphone, man?
Yeah, obviously I want to thank all my sponsors. First, I want to thank Cassie and Stefan. They run H5G, and I've been a part with them this year, and signed a nice long contract with them at the end of last year.
Yep.
And I just want to thank them for hosting.
Yeah.
They came down to my place last week, hung out, and had a good time. So, I just want to thank them first off for putting on a great event and hosting another PBA event, especially on the new strings. It's a wave of the future, and look to the future. And I'm glad to be a part of it. Obviously, Motive, big supporter of mine. I think we're almost exactly 12 years that I've been with them.
Okay.
So I signed with them sometime in October 2012. I don't remember the exact day, but
Brett Spangler could tell us that exact day.
I'm sure he could. He might be in the chat letting us know exactly what day that was. But they've been wonderful over the years. And then we have Dexter and Turbo, CTD, Genesis, Bowler X, Arnicare, Tony Stewart. Who else do I don't know.
I think we got we got most of them. So,
right.
And I've been an Arnicare user. By the way, I've been an Arnicare user since before they sponsored EJ and Sean and a couple other players on tour. The stuff works when you're sore. That's a no doubter.
It's great homeopathic products. So it's all natural stuff.
Yep.
I've got creams and stuff I'm using all the time.
Yeah.
We get all little ailments all the time out here. So, they're definitely one that helps keep me going as far as physically.
Right.
Keeps me help bowling all those games throughout the season.
So with the regional schedule winding down, they haven't announced the 2025 PBA Tour schedule yet. What's the plans for staying sharp until you get to the U.S. Open in February?
Well, my regionals aren't done yet.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall hosts a memorial for his dad out in Tacoma, which is in 2 weeks.
And that's an RPI for that particular region, or no?
I
don't know.
idea.
Okay, if it is, it's on Bowl TV,
Yeah,
so you can watch these guys again.
Yeah, I always bowl that. I'm actually defending champion there, so I got to go try to collect another trophy out there.
There
but
you go.
No matter what, I'm always going to go to that event and support Marshall. He's been one of my best friends for a very long time. He was in my wedding, and I'll always go to that event.
Yeah.
It would take a lot of conflict to not go out there and support him.
Right.
The last couple of years he's bowled my event, obviously beating me last year
Sure,
there.
yeah.
So it's nice that a few of us now are having events and hosting events, so we can all just go support each other and support the PBA, because that's who supports us and gives me the opportunity to do all these great things and travel to so many different places. Yeah. So I know Tom's here today, which is awesome. I'm glad he came out. It's a short drive for him, but I'm glad he came out and watched. And then, we have the Cubica people here again this week, like we did last week. It was great having them out the last 2 weeks. We had some higher-up execs, and then we had a couple guys that were help develop the string pins. So I was glad to have a lot of conversation with those guys, learn a little bit more about the machines than I even knew before. Mm-hmm. So the last couple of weeks have been wonderful having them around, be able to ask questions and that sort of thing. And I just want to thank them for making sure that everything ran exactly the way it's supposed to while we're bowling these events the last 2 weeks. Yeah,
and once again, Research Regional, there's going to be a nice bit of work that Neil Stremmel, Director of Rules and Equipment for the PBA, is going to be putting in to his report, and everybody's going to have a chance to see his report, and we'll see whether or not these string pins continue in PBA competition. I've turned into a fan. I was skeptical. I've turned into a fan. You get weird hits, but you get weird hits anywhere. If I get on a Howler House 20 miles from here with pin boys and stuff, I'm going to get weird hits too. Yeah. So I've developed into a bit of a fan of the strings the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I have too. Obviously, we have them in my center. I spent my money to put them in, so I definitely believe in them. Yeah. Well, EJ, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for the
Appreciate
time.
it.
That's going to end our broadcasting day here on YouTube, PBA YouTube. Thanks again to Tom Clark, everybody at the PBA for letting 10 on the Deck Productions stream to YouTube with a couple of great events the last couple of weeks. We'll see everybody in 2025 for 10 on the Deck Productions. I'm $2 Phil Bradlow. Parents, take the kids bowling. They'll have fun for life. We'll see you soon.